In the quiet stillness of dawn, where the first rays of sunlight spill across creaking wooden floorboards, a young woman makes a vow to hold her world together. This is not merely a story about love or survival, it is a testament to what it means to stand against fear when the odds are stacked high. James and Diep are not strangers to hardship. Their company teeters on the edge of bankruptcy, creditors circle like hawks, and uncertainty shadows their every step. Yet, their greatest challenge is not financial, it is deeply personal. Against a backdrop of debt and looming collapse, the couple's decision to adopt a little girl named NHI sparks a family war that threatens to destroy everything. At the center of the conflict is a relative, sharp-tongued, unyielding, and determined to stop the adoption at all costs. Through vicious threats and calculated sabotage, this relative exerts pressure, insisting that James and Diep must abandon NHI or watch their company fall apart piece by piece. But James and Diep refuse to bow. For them, family is not dictated by bloodlines but forged through love, choice, and sacrifice. A morning burden, quietly carried. Diep rises with the dawn, her phone pressed tightly to her ear. She bargains with a wood supplier over the boards needed to repair their sagging front door. The supplier demands full payment up front, his voice cold and unrelenting. Diep's voice stays steady, but her eyes betray flickers of worry. This is not just about a door, it is about keeping her fragile home intact. In the next room, James lies asleep after another sleepless night spent over company ledgers, balancing debts that refuse to settle. Diep shields him from the weight of small battles, quietly absorbing the pressure. Her pregnancy already tests her strength, yet she carries not only their unborn child but also the responsibility of protecting NHI, the little girl whose future now intertwines with theirs. The door in need of repair becomes more than wood, it is a symbol of resilience, a reminder that cracks can be mended, that homes, like families, can endure if tended with care. A signature that changes everything. Later that morning, Diep sits across from Lynn, James's trusted manager. Papers for the farm's expansion lie spread across the table. When asked to sign, Diep hesitates. In a trembling voice, she admits she never learned to write, she never went to school. For a moment, shame threatens to overwhelm her. But Lynn shows no judgment, only gentle patience. With clumsy strokes yet fierce determination, Diep writes her name. The act may be small, but its meaning is profound. For her, this is not merely ink on paper, it is a promise. A contract not just for land, but for the life she and James are determined to build, for their baby, and for NHI. When sunlight spills across her signature, Diep feels her shame lift, replaced by an unshakable resolve. She is no longer just surviving, she is creating a future. Joy and shadows in equal measure. By afternoon, James drives NHI home from school. She clutches 2 certificates of merit, her face alight with pride. James beams at her, teasing gently, his heart swelling with love. Yet beneath his smile lies the crushing weight of their collapsing company. At home, Nyi's grandmother greets them with gifts, milk, notebooks, toys. NHI squeals with delight, her laughter filling the room. James watches quietly, vowing silently that no matter what happens, he will protect her joy. But peace is fragile. That evening, while flames crackle in the courtyard, James's phone buzzes with a call that changes everything. A relative's sharp voice slices through the air. "I won't accept this adoption. The company is nearly bankrupt, and Diep is pregnant." "Send NHI away or I'll make sure your business collapses completely." James's fury burns. With clenched jaw and steady voice, he responds, "NHI is family. She's no different from our own child." "Don't interfere." Across the courtyard, Diep catches fragments of the call. Her knife pauses mid-slice, but she resumes, each strike echoing her determination. No threat, she silently vows, will tear this family apart. A silent dinner, a loud defiance. When James ends the call, his face is carved with stone. NHI twirls happily with her new toys, oblivious to the storm. They sit to eat together, laughter woven carefully over the heavy silence. This simple dinner becomes more than a meal, it is a declaration of defiance. A vow that love will not yield, no matter the threats, no matter the debts, the relentless threats. The night deepens, and James replays the harsh words over and over. "Send NHI to the orphanage or the company will fall." His fists tighten, the weight of choice pressing down on him. Diep, with her hand on his shoulder, whispers, "Don't let them shake you." NHI belongs with us. She needs us. Her conviction steadies him, even as creditors call and debts mount. The next day, his relatives' threats intensify. Suppliers are cut off, contracts collapse, and the factory gates close under notices of unpaid debt. Workers stand outside, faces etched with worry. James rips the paper from the gate, fury and despair twisting in his chest. At home, NHI waits innocently with her school bag, smiling brightly. James forces a smile in return, refusing to let her see his despair. Love, not blood. That night, the relative delivers a final ultimatum. "Give NHI up tomorrow, or I'll ruin you completely." James's response is calm but resolute. "Do what you want with the company. I will not give NHI up." Silence hangs heavy after the call. NHI, sensing tension, whispers softly, "Daddy, are you angry?" James pulls her close. "Never at you, my girl." Never. For James and Diep, the decision is clear. The company may collapse, but they will never surrender NHI. Family is not about bloodlines, it is about love and choice, the collapse and the rebuilding. Days pass. True to his word, the relative moves ruthlessly, suppliers vanish, debts pile higher, and workers leave. Bankruptcy looms. Yet inside their home, laughter remains, a fragile but unbroken flame. One evening, Grandma grips James's hands firmly. Money comes and goes. But children, once lost, cannot be replaced. Hold on to NHI. She is yours, her words steel him. James begins to rebuild from scratch, selling off what he can, planning smaller ventures with honesty and resilience. Step by step, with Diep by his side and Ye's laughter filling their days, he chooses a new path, one not dictated by wealth, but by love. The true victory. One night, by the glow of the courtyard fire, James looks at NHI and Diep. His voice breaks. "They tried to take you from us. But nothing, no debt, no threat, can break what we've built." Diep's eyes glisten with tears. NHI giggles, wrapping her arms around both of them. The fire crackles, defiant and warm, sealing their vow. They may have lost a company, but in choosing love over fear, they have secured something greater, the one thing no threat can ever destroy, their family.